fresh wind, refreshing.
Hello world, I'm here with my sisters, beautiful sisters in the Lord. I'm Yvonne, that's
Lachey,
that's
Camille.
And we're just here to share our love and share our laughter with all of you women. This is Fresh Wind. We're just going to come and talk to you about whatever the Holy Spirit leads. Just be with us, give us your heart and your ear as we just be us. So ladies, what are we going to talk about today?
Well, one of the things, January is kind of a year of new focus. And I just feel like God, the word for 2018 is new beginnings.
Yeah.
Just having a new focus and asking God, what are you doing in my life and where do you want to take me from here?
Absolutely. And I want to know where is he taking you?
I know. Well, I really like what she's saying. That's what I've been getting, like new beginnings, and also just the things of the past, like letting go.
Yeah.
Like God's been doing, I was telling Shay, like God's been doing so much emotional healing.
Yeah.
Like letting go of the past so that I can enjoy the new beginning, like that scripture of new wineskin.
Yeah. That's how I feel here. I was actually crying on the way here because God is just, I feel like he's doing a cleansing.
Wow.
And I don't always feel like I want to be cleansed. Sometimes I like to be dirty.
Yeah.
But then when you're dirty, you start to smell. You don't want to smell. Right. And so I feel like I'm just ready, and sometimes I have to move even while being scared and ready because I just want all God has for me.
Yeah. And that cleansing, I love that even better, because that's what I feel like I'm going through. Like cleansing, like God is purging me, and like you said, it's painful.
Yes.
Like I was trying to say, I get tired of crying.
Right.
I didn't even know I had this many
Okay.
tears. Really? About that situation.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to hold on. I'm like, I know in the end, even though I can't see it, it's gonna work something real good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And me, a person that loves to eat, just talking about my struggle with food.
Yeah. Being
on a consecration, God was showing me how dependent I am on sugar and fatty things, and it kind of keeps me propped up. And removing that during this time is resurfacing other emotions and things that I wasn't dealing with before. Yeah. And kind of being able to say, oh, that does bother me. And as a single woman, this is what's on my heart. Or these are the things that I'm struggling with. Yeah. And so I've been surprised how much you can entertain yourself in this culture and become so distracted that you're following God. I was talking to Camille about this. Yeah. You're following God, but you're not really being obedient. Yeah. It's like you love him, you're talking about him, but you're just heading forward without really asking his direction.
Yeah, you're going through the motion.
Yes, and so it's so easy to do in this culture. I mean, this is the culture of entertainment. Yeah, movies, social media, just even your own life flow. You can just become fascinated with it, and not really be lining up with what God has for you. Exactly. So this has been a process and an eye-opening experience for me. God's been showing me that about myself. Yeah.
Amen. And what a great way to start the year off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you made me think about when God removes the props, because we were kind of talking about how maybe God calls you through like a long period of singleness, or like God has you in a place, like you said, with your job, and you don't like it.
No.
That God's been.
I don't like it.
Keeping it real.
Or me just in my life, just feel like I'm 32, I should be somewhere else. In life, I should be somewhere else in my career. And what the message has been coming to me is like, God calls us to these hard places, but we have to rely on Him to get through it. And it's so easy, I know, for me to think I'm relying on Him because there are times where it's just like, I'm okay, God, okay. I'm getting through it. But now God's been showing me, like, no, pray, ask for my help. Ask for me to help bring you through this. And so, like, it is easy to, cause I'm a sugarholic.
Yeah.
Then, you know, just be filling up on sweets, and really it's not really the joy of God.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of the message I'm picking. So, not a fun message.
And if you think about it, you can stay pumped, and it won't even. And it is. We do walk with God, and we have His blessing. But if you think about it, if you have coffee, then at lunch you have a donut, then in the afternoon you have a pie, you could just be charged up on like, woo, wait for my next meal, and then you're thinking, oh, I feel so good about my life, but really there's some deeper things going on, and we're not facing them, we're just moving. Yeah. And so, just in my quiet time with God and in my sorrow of not eating meat, the Lord began to show me, I just saw it in a vision, like, are you coming to me with what's really going on with you as a single woman? Like, you're, like, at 39, I'm tired of being single, and there are things that bother me about it. But am I talking to Him about that, or am I just going through the motions and propping myself up and entertaining myself? And God started to show me there's a difference between a Christian that talks about God and a Christian that actually yields themselves to God. Because when you yield yourself to God, it's, Lord, even though, see, a lot of people nowadays talk about being prophetic. So we're all like, I want a prophecy. But are you following and being submitted to God? So a lot of times we want to prophesy, but we don't want to ask God when to release the word. Because you could, everything that is lawful is not expedient. So you could be hearing from God, and God could be showing you something, but it's not time to release it. But a lot of times people are so excited to have a prophetic gift, but the gift is not submitted to the Creator. Exactly. So God just started showing me, we're going through tough times, but we have to submit. We have to yield ourselves to Him. And then the glory of God is reflected in us because we're relying on Him. There's a purpose in it. He's being glorified. And so, but that comes from checking in. And even when you look at TV, all of the politics, and people are talking so much about God, but it's like, is God really working through you? Or are you just talking about Him, but are you not connected?
Well, I know I don't want to just talk about God anymore. I want to really, because like I was sharing with you guys earlier, my miscarriage thing, and because my daughter's 12, and I have had 7 or 8 miscarriages, and every test I get, this will make me emotional. That's okay. Every test I get is normal, and I'm so tired. It's like, then you want something to be wrong to know what's wrong. And I feel like, God, I keep coming to you. I feel like everything else, I don't know, it's weird. I feel like everything else lines up, but that's the only struggle I have. So all my emotions are tied to that. But I feel like after that I have them, I just strap my books up and everything. I still have to be a mom. I still have to be a wife and forget everything about it. But I feel now that He's like, no, let's deal with that hurt. Where you think I can't come. Let's deal with where you think I can't fix. And being at my sister's baby shower showed me, like, God is able, but I'm going to challenge you, is He able for you? So that's where my heart is. Like, I want to make sure I do everything differently because I want to see God as able for me. Like, I can see Him in everyone else. I can prophesy or speak into everyone else's life. But Lord, now it's my turn, you know? So I want Him to show me Him.
Where I relate to that is I am in a relationship with your cousin. But freedom. That's kind of how I felt about my singlehood. It was like I can kind of see God, you know, giving this person a mate or that person a mate, but because if I'm counting from 18 all the way to, I met him last okay, up to like 32-ish,
Yeah.
about what, 14, 15 years or whatever. So seeing other people get married, last year 2 of my good friends got married, and that
and
feeling.
to good men, like to good
Yeah.
catches, not like they settled.
Yeah.
And so that I feel that place, and it's like, okay, I believe it for other people, but for me, it's starting to feel like, do you love me?
Yes, and you question that.
Yeah.
You really do. And I find myself being sad and like, God, I'm not trying to be disrespectful and coming to you about it.
Yeah.
But it's been 7, 8 times.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, God, it's me. The scripture says that you will give me the desires of your heart, and I don't think you'll keep allowing this to be so strong within me for me to just walk away from it.
Yeah.
Because every time, like, I feel a normal person will give up. Like, this is too much. And like, I've gone through them, like, to where I see the heartbeat on the monitor, then I go back and it's gone. Or I'm at work and my water breaks. And then the baby just comes out. And it's like, or I'm on the toilet in the restroom and, something's, gotta take that out, you know? So it's like, God, I'm a little bit tired of this. But I still know that you're my God, and I'm going to still praise you. I'm still going to still honor you.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be to where I'm going through the motions. I really want to really dig into you and allow you just, I know it feels scary to even say it, but I want God to come into those parts that I don't share about. Yeah, because I want everything out. Yeah.
Well, one of the beautiful things that, after our parents passed away, we experienced several losses.
Yeah.
So we lost our mom in 2005, Patty?
2003.
2003, our father.
Wow.
And then our brother was shot by the police 3 years later.
Oh, wow.
So we had like gradual.
Yeah.
It was gradual and emotional and hit back to back with death.
Yeah.
One of the most powerful things that we learned, our aunt lived with us during that time, and she was like, you guys need to get this stuff out. This is painful. And she said, get your journal and journal.
Yeah.
And I learned from watching her, because she had been in an abusive relationship. She sat down and journaled. She talked about it, and she healed.
Yeah.
And so I think as women, we're taught in this culture, be strong, and we got Wonder Woman and all this, and we can take anything. Yeah. But you're human.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna feel it. The pain is real.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of times we have to sit down and take the time to grieve. Take the time to talk about how we feel in a safe place with someone who understands that you're human.
Yeah.
And if you don't have anybody like that, journaling about it and then talking to God.
Yeah.
But just taking the time that you're worth that time, and we're beautiful, and we need to take care of ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, instead of just giving to everybody else and moving on with our lives, trying to move on.
Yeah.
But really still feeling that pain.
Yeah.
That's true. Because me and Daryl are going through this devotion. And this past week, and this is where I'm being challenged too, because I really identify with that feeling of in those places, not taking certain places to God, but taking other things to God. So the devotion really challenges us this week. Praying about what is our authentic view of God. And at first I was like, that He's loving, that He's this. But they were like, a lot of times, if you're noticing in yourself those certain areas where you don't want to bring to God, He's saying there may be like a distorted view of Him in some way. Like, do you think the book was saying, do you think He's an angry old man? Do you think He just wants to see you be perfect? Or do you really see Him as this unconditional, loving Father? And that really convicted me, because I'm like, that's what I was telling Daryl. I was like, I really have to pray, God, show me how I truly, truly, really see you, because maybe there's some area where I don't really believe you truly, love me unconditional. So that was very like, woo, for me. So.
Yeah, I understand that. Because I didn't grow up with my father myself. So I will pray that prayer. Because I don't know how to, I mean, my dad's in my life now. but I don't know how to have that daddy-daughter relationship.
Yeah.
And although I call daddy Abba Father, you're taught to do that.
Yeah.
So that convicts me too.
Yeah. Well, I even think about our father. My father was a man of God, but my father was stern, you know? And so I wonder if some of that of how he was is being translated onto the Father, you know? The Heavenly Father. So...
And I was also thinking about ladies growing up. We grew up Pentecostal.
Yeah.
Where you didn't wear makeup, you didn't wear pants, you didn't go here, you didn't go there. And when you grow up with this kind of view of God, like you have to follow all these rules, it does affect your relationship because you think, oh my gosh, I have to do all of this to earn God's love. I have to be perfect. And that's not grace.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
He's not looking at us waiting for us to make a mistake. He loves us as we are.
Exactly.
And so it's just learning to rest in that process.
Yeah.
And I have been praying, well, in 2017, I was praying, God, help me to embrace the fact that you love me. Because I used to, as a single person, I used to feel like, man, I got the whack single package. Like, my other friends, they're already married. They start their kids and everything. And I'm 39. My package still isn't here. I'm like, what envelope did they send me down the earth with? The 80-year-old marriage package. I'm like, Lord, wait a minute. And then, but the Lord started showing me, I love you.
Yeah.
I'm not punishing you by making you wait. I'm not out to get you.
Yeah.
I actually have a plan for you and I love you and I wouldn't allow you to be in this season unless I have something better for you.
Wow.
And for you, when you talk, thank you for your transparency about talking about the miscarriages, because I think about it and I'm like, there's a ministry in that. God is going to, walking through that type of hurt and that type of pain, you can really identify with others who have suffered and they don't know how to relate. They don't know what to say. And when we lost our parents, I remember when I lost my mom, ministers that I admired. And it hurt me. I was 22. And I was like, I lost my mom. And I'm looking at them like, tell me, what do I do? And they would say, oh, I don't know what to tell you. My mother's still here.
Oh, wow.
And if you can imagine a church baby that we grew up in church, we were church babies, and our parents were preachers. That's all we know is our church family. And when your church family starts kind of going, we don't know what to do with you. You're an you're an anomaly. Like, we've never seen people lose 3 people in a row. Like, is God really with you? Or maybe it's the devil.
Wow.
You know, people start, when you start suffering in a Job context, people start saying, are you saved? Or maybe your parents sinned. And our parents were godly. And so I just kind of was like, traumatized, because I'm like, no, we need you guys. And you're kind of pushing us away because you don't understand us. And so it was, very isolating and very, I felt rejected. And so I was angry with God and with the church, but I was like, I need you. I have 4 younger siblings looking up at me like, Shay, what do we do? And I can't leave them. I won't leave them hanging. You have got to help us. And God took us through it. He walked me through it. I could hear his voice audibly at times saying, I'm with you guys. And your father's getting ready to go home to be with me, but I am with you. I could hear his voice. And it would trip me out, and I would fight with him like, no, I cannot lose another parent. I cannot lose another parent. But the Lord took us day by day, and it was hard. It was painful. But you learn through that journey that he's always there. And there is a deeper revelation of why he's allowed you to struggle. And the only way we can get there is by putting the flesh aside and listening to his voice. That's the only way we can get through it. That's the only way Paul and all those disciples that were hung upside down and, put in boiling oil, the only way that they were able to endure that is they had a God revelation. And I think so many of us know God, we love God, but we're not spending that time in the presence to really embrace and our walk and our journey.
Mm-hmm.
And that deeper calling where when you don't even feel like it,
yeah,
you're standing firm.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yes.
know?
Whew. We got some stuff, y'all.
And I'm like, this is true Christianity. You know how at work people will be like, oh, you're Christian because you didn't use a profane word.
Yeah.
It's like, no, boo-boo. That's nothing. My language and my vocabulary, that's just the icing on the cake.
Right.
It is the deeper things when I want to tell somebody off.
Yeah.
When I need to tell you off.
Okay.
That is me being a Christian.
Yeah.
That's salvation. Yeah. You get on my nerves. And I walk away and pull back.
Yeah.
When I know I can tell you a few things about yourself.
Right.
And God says no because I there's a testimony there. He's working on you, and I can't release all that on you.
Yeah.
So God says no, and I have to walk away, even when I'm right, and say, I humble myself.
Yeah.
Direct me.
Yes. 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 Yes.
That's obedience.
Right.
To Christ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Amen. Well, what last thing would you like these women to go away from? Our men, some men might watch. What would you guys like to leave the audience with?
I think I like what we were talking about, where giving God that place where it's hard to talk about, or where you may have that natural inclination to talk to him and pray to him about all these things, but not that area.
Yeah.
And I understand, like, it's uncomfortable, it's a vulnerable place.
Yeah.
And a painful place, but I feel like there's freedom in that. So.
Amen.
Yeah.
And you, Miss Lady?
And I would say the message would be you can make it. You know, excuse me. A lot of things that we're going through, we're struggling. We don't see the end of the journey, but God is there, and there is a calling for you. There's an assignment for you. There is a destiny for you. You're not alone.
Yeah.
His presence and his might is powerful. He will engage you. There will be deeper things that he'll show you, but you have to hang in there when your flesh is like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. But there's a deeper calling and a higher standard, and he's with you to take you there.
Yes, and he absolutely loves you. And on the count of 3, ladies, we're gonna 1, 2, 3. We hope you guys received your fresh wind and you are blessed. And we will come to you again one of these good old days. Yeah.